Okay, hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast, the Friday edition of the podcast. Notorious SID and Chris Stark with me, regards to families.
And yours.
And yours, yeah. Really, yeah.
How's it going?
Really good, thanks. I'm good.
I bet you are.
I am really quite frustrated at the situation that we find ourselves in on this Friday. Yeah.
We had a difficult weekend. I loved it. I went up to Newcastle. You know, I interviewed Alexander Isak, as I mentioned. Lovely fella, really nice fella. Killed him, obviously, because he didn't score and they lost. And he was on a run of, I believe, 8 games or 9 games scoring on the trot. He met me, dried up. Completely dried up.
He'll come back stronger.
He will come back stronger.
We know that.
Exactly right, Sid. Newcastle were done with Bournemouth.
Didn't see that one coming.
None of us saw that one coming. I mean, you know, the other game was Arsenal-Villa. I think we all had Arsenal wins. The one that's tipped it, because I nicked a point here, was David Moyes got a result at Everton against Tottenham. When Everton were 3-0 up. So I was actually with Sid live.
Yeah, and do you know the most annoying thing? Totally forgot what his prediction was. I was
Did
like,
you?
They was 3-0 up, right? And I was like, no, you've got your point. Like, it's done. Because that was the last game, wasn't it, to be done? And he was like, have I?
I completely forgot, I completely forgot.
I mean, the only saving grace here was 1 point. To be fair, in that game, we did have suspicions about how Tottenham would perform, but it felt difficult to sort of back against them. Fair play to you, Pete, you actually did. You got the only point, 3 of us here. That is a potential 9, 18, 27 points up for grabs.
This one.
We got 1.
Yeah, it's bad, mate. It is bad.
The integrity of the podcast called into question again.
It's hanging on by the skin of its teeth.
But we did do that, and it means that there is now a bit of a gulf in the current standings. Pete, you've got 38. Me and Sid's both got 32. The people are desperate for you to do the forfeit this time round, Crouchy. So we need to just kind of reduce the gap there, Sid's.
Yeah, well, we're trying to. Don't know. I need to change up some tactics or copy. Maybe copy.
Maybe. But let's be honest. It doesn't matter who wins it. It's about you needing to finish above Chris.
Well, he's ruling himself out of it. He can get caught out.
You're not so far ahead that you're...
That's going to come back and bite you.
I wish I hadn't done that.
That is going to come back.
I wish I hadn't done that so badly.
Can we put a time, a date and everything on this and clip that up?
That's going to make me hate it even more. That is what Liverpool haven't done for the whole season, and I've done it. I've literally just blown myself up there, haven't I? Yeah. Right, hot topic at the minute, lads. Bridgie and KSI.
Yeah.
Didn't really sit well with me. No, if I'm honest.
I didn't see this coming from the start. I mean,
anyone did.
We didn't talk about this on the podcast before because unless you boys knew. Yeah.
We talked about it. Remember we had KSI on? Yeah. And remember, I think he said, if anyone pulls out, we've got a man for you. That's Bridgie. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So I felt like
we did.
It was almost our fault a little bit that it kind of... It happened. He might put it in his mind, but I didn't know Bridgie was going to sign up for it. He kept that quite close to his chest.
Yeah, I think it was quite quick in terms of the way it was done, but really poor from KSI. Not a fan of that at all. No need to do that, and I think Bridgie's come out of it really well.
Yeah, I think he has. Yeah. So yeah, it was a shame that just went in a bit too hard there, and I don't think Bridgie was expecting it. And
he was in a really good space as well. He was really up for it, like training. I mean, it was going to be a big thing.
Yeah, because as I understand it, he sees things as challenges. Yeah. Like lots of people listening to this pod probably knows the character of Wayne Bridge more than probably what you saw in a lot of the comments, but I honestly think if a boxing match had happened, I was like, Wayne Bridge in training and everything, he takes it very seriously and he goes for it. And same with anything, whether it's a race or...
mate, listen, he would have trained for it.
I mean, I'd love to see him do a boxing match.
I would have liked to have seen it. It's a shame, really. It's not happening.
It's a shame because, as you say, we had KSI on the pod, and I know he's got to do a job in terms of ramping,
selling a
fights and stuff and that. And I'd hope to think that he obviously hasn't got kids, but when he has got kids or when he reflects on this, he'll look back at it and go, he's made a mistake there. So
I don't know if he's thought about it from that angle, which is...
It was just clearly a mistake. Definitely not. But, you know, I think that would have been hard for Bridgie to take that, and I think it was probably below the belt. I think he will look at it and probably regret it. Well, I hope he does.
Yeah.
As we know, Wayne will be back stronger. No doubt.
started paddle for the first time this week.
How'd you find
That's
it?
my little bit of sports news. Did my first ever paddle match. Met 3 other people that I've never played with before.
How good is it?
What a game! But a great game because I think you can, like, you can just turn up and play it, can't
Yeah.
you? It's not. It's a bit like table tennis. You could be amazing at it, but actually embarrass myself a little bit because I understand him to be the best. The Team GB #1 player or #2 player was there in the paddle courts. I was in Slough, paddle courts.
That's good.
there.
They're good, those.
Have you been there?
Yeah, well, I know
Paddle
I've
Hub.
played.
Paddle Hub.
I've
Yeah.
played at the same one somewhere else.
And at one point, I sort of mishit the ball so much that it just launched right in the air out of the court and sort of landed on the guy's table where he was just trying to chill, which wasn't a great introduction to the sport.
You won't be the first. You won't be the last. I love it.
What a sport.
Great
It's
sport.
brilliant.
And you get the bug. You really get it.
Yeah.
Are you a bit twatty for getting into paddle?
No.
I worry I'm a cliche.
No. What?
I know what you mean. I know what you're trying to say there.
It's a great sport. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Everyone seems to be playing it. These paddle courts are popping up. I saw Stormzy's opened one
Yes.
somewhere as well. I really want to get into it, but I did kind of feel like I'm jumping on this now.
No.
I know
I'm
what you
fully
mean.
invested.
It's
I mean-
like one of them, when you do like ice bucket challenge or something like that. It's like everyone's doing it.
Yeah, no, this is
and
here
if
to
you
stay.
you go like I was at the start or something like that. You're
Yeah.
all right. But I remember the Spanish boys telling me about it years ago.
I see. Yeah, now you're doing the twatty thing. Of
No,
claiming
no.
that
I'm not
you
saying
were
me.
ahead
I'm
of
not.
everyone.
No, I'm not saying
No.
I was in first because I'm massively jumped on the bandwagon recently as well.
Maybe that's what we should do as a podcast, is just always purposefully be quite far behind all trends. So maybe next week on the pod we put out a Harlem Shake, that kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
As if we've just discovered it.
I like that.
do
That's
it.
good.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
What's the one where you all freeze as well? Do you know the camera
Yeah.
pans
Oh, yeah.
round and you just freeze?
Yeah, that one didn't really.
Well,
Go
you did
big.
the famous Harlem Shake.
It was on the
remember?
Harlem Shake, but the freeze one didn't. Did it go? Did it go
Well,
big?
I
Did it go
remember
massive?
The freeze
Vardy
one
and
was massive.
Sterling
Was
doing
it?
it when they scored at Wembley. They all
Oh
froze.
gosh, yeah. Yeah, it's just
That
me
was
then.
good.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
let us know what trends you'd like us to catch up on, because we never did it at the time.
No.
No,
Yeah.
we're just not.
Why would
I
we?
don't know, I'm just not that hip.
But
Know
what
what's
you're saying,
going
but
on.
you know, with the paddle thing, I don't know how far I've done one game. And suddenly, I'm googling. Should I get my own paddle? Is it a racket?
Yeah,
have
need a racket.
I've got my own.
you got, have you got
Yeah.
your own? Have you got a name engraved into it?
I actually have,
I knew it.
but it was a present for
You
me.
got a cork one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one of those.
It was a
They
present.
send you one.
They probably sent it.
I'm
I had
just
to-
throwing out a massive,
Yeah.
big up cork.
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 You know it.
What a bat! What a bat!
I had to pay for mine.
Did you?
No, I didn't know. It was a present for me.
From Cork.
No. Well, no, not from Cork. No.
Why are you making it sound really sus?
Yeah.
Who
Well,
bought you the-
why you sound like you're really on the back.
It was a birthday present. No, it was a birthday present.
From your wife?
Yeah, from my wife. Yeah. No, I didn't know I was getting it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't know I was getting. Yeah, I haven't used it yet actually either.
Why is
This is so dodgy. Who's got you this?
sus? He's got a lovely present from his wife. He's made it sound like he's done
No.
some sort of drug deal.
No, because I haven't used it yet, so I need to use it. So.
Oh, you need to get it. You
Yeah,
need to
need to
fire
break
it
it
up.
in.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
break it
yeah,
in.
of course,
100%, mate. Do you think it'll make you play better?
I'm right at paddle, but I don't think I'm great. But I'm okay. I think will it make you play better? I think it's I think initially at the start, yes, because it's like when you get a new pair of boots, you're down, you go, ooh, yeah, this is good, and then
I got invited to play in this paddle competition. It's footballers, and I was with Joe Cole at the time, and I showed him the list of names, and I said, "Do you fancy it?" And he's put me off massively. He looked at the names and he said, "I've played with some of these in Qatar when we were doing the World Cup."
For what? And they're really
He
good.
said, "Mate," and I've played with Joe, so he knows my standard.
Yeah.
He went, "Mate, the standard there is incredibly high."
So what's
Is
your
this
standard? Are
is
you
this-
better than Joe Cole?
No,
at
I think
paddle?
we're quite similar.
Yeah.
is
So-
this recently?
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression that a lot of footballers are involved in the paddle
So
thing,
it's
right?
a footballers kind of legends paddle mat, and you qualify for this,
Yeah.
and then you play the finals in Miami.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the players involved are ridiculous.
Do you choose your own partner? or are you drawn?
Yeah. We've
got a
chosen
good
our
one?
own partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the moment, he's Bobby Zamora. Bobby can play.
So I was with Joe and I said, "Do you fancy it?" He said, he looked at the list. He was like, "No, mate, you'll get. They'll make a mockery of him."
So you need a new partner.
I'm slightly concerned. Well, he put me off massively, and I haven't gone back now.
Oh, really?
But Joe Cole's not playing. So are you looking? Are you single?
Yeah, if you're, an ex football player, and you're looking for love, on the paddle court, I am available.
Pete is single and looking for the right paddle partner.
You can find a partner in Newcastle. We know that's the place for love.
Yeah.
But you need paddle. So
Paddle partner.
I reckon you're going to.
I don't think you'll have too many problems on that front. I think you'll be all right out there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for high standard because I'm like the way Joe's saying it to me.
There's some players in there.
Yeah.
JT's a very good player.
That's a good point.
His name was mentioned in the Paddle Hub.
Very good.
Relentless.
Bar afterwards.
I see Mark Schwartz there the other day. Mark Schwartz, he plays.
Oh, so that's what I heard. Mark Schwarzer was where I play paddle.
Yeah.
The guy said to me, he's the best footballer he's seen.
Really?
Wait, but why don't we do this then?
At English level.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's not English, but
I was down there on Friday. I see Schwartz in that place. Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe said to me, Luis Garcia's best he's seen. Yeah.
This is great. This sounds like school playground.
Honestly, he did say that. He did. I was with Bobby in Dubai actually when they said to me Didier Deschamps was there. Unbelievable. Plays every day.
Names coming.
Robin van Persie. Outrageous, apparently. These are just rumours that I'm hearing.
Hey, why don't we do a pass the paddle sort of thing? Paddle. You know. Like us three go to paddle court. I don't know what they're called, hubs, whatever they are. We could set up and we get some listeners, have a few games of paddle, stuff like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, but now you've made me. Now I'm going to enter now.
Yeah,
and I'm competitive in this. I can play with you guys. I've avoided the golf so far because I think there's just too much of a.
I know you mean it's a different game, golf, isn't it? But yeah, we'll play paddle.
Great.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm all up for it.
All right. Just let's get on to the Premier League. Like last week, let's be honest, Manchester United, what's going on there? Ruben Amorim apparently smashed up the place. That's true. I don't know. It's a rumour that I heard.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
He's a mad character, by the way. Like, he's moving wild for a club like Man United.
The shout was the worst Manchester United side
in the club
history. So it was a
and then
big
said,
quote.
"There's your headline after," with a smirk.
Okay. I like the way he talks. I genuinely do. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good quote or does that get you up for it afterwards?
I mean, I think he's stating near enough facts. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but if you're a player hearing that, that's.
Well, what are you going to say? Well, how can you question that? If you're a Man United player?
But how are you meant to respond to that? Are you prove him wrong?
I don't know if it inspires you really.
That's what I wonder.
Having said that, Tony Pulis said, you're bang average players in a great system, and there you go. It's one of our favourite quotes of all time. We all took it on board and absolutely loved it.
But do you think that Amorim has now realised it's a bigger task than what he first thought?
Well, he did come in and kind of murmur it was going to be a tough ask, but having said that, I think it's bigger than it's.
That's my worry.
It feels like a massive mentality thing to me. Like.
Do you think Man United as a club can embrace a character like him, someone that's willing to kind of, I don't know, maybe put the sort of status and tradition of the club and the legacy and all those types of words maybe to one side slightly, to talk in these sort of quite brazen, brash terms?
I think fans see through, a manager dressing it up, and I think sometimes I imagine the fans would enjoy that kind of talk. It's like, let's not dress this up. This is a dire situation.
Yep.
And the quicker we realise that, the quicker we kind of get out of it. And I think he's obviously clamouring for some money to spend, certainly in this window and in the summer as well, because it's quite obvious it's needed. The best players have been kind of, the young players, and they've spent money on players who are really letting the team down.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not the one to jump on bandwagons other than paddle, but I think they are. It's very, very poor, and you know you can't dress it up. You can't polish.
Yeah.
A turd.
If for Man United they cannot.
That's a headline.
There you go. Yeah.
You can't. Can you? You can't. You've got to be open and honest and say.
Has anyone ever tried doing that though?
What, polishing a turd?
Yeah, I mean it's banded around a lot.
Why don't we get Susie Dent on to see where it come from?
Oh yeah, we've not heard from her for a while.
Let's go for it.
We haven't heard from her ages. We're going with the polishing turds.
It's very us, isn't it?
Is it the right
Next Friday, all three of us polishing a turd.
Has anyone done it, and where does it come from?
Yeah, that's what we want to know. Please send your answers on a postcard. Man U, they can't go. Performance against United, brilliant. Sorry, performance against Liverpool, superb. Back it up in the cup against Arsenal, and then go Southampton, which was horrendous, by the way.
I watched the whole game. They should have got beat there.
Wow.
And it looked great in the end. You know, 3-1.
And then done by Brighton as well. Like it's just like you're thinking when they had done in the first two, and you're like, oh, they're
what game are you talking about? The Southampton one where they go, the score was flattering, wasn't it? Wasn't it a draw? Was it a draw at half time, wasn't it?
No, they were 1-0 up right till late on, Southampton.
Yeah,
and,
80 seconds.
And obviously they and then Ahmad scored a hat trick.
That's it.
But yeah, I mean they were miles off it. And that flattered them really badly. And then obviously they got beat by Bournemouth.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a pickle.
They really are.
But did you see Paul Scholes kind of going through the team saying whether he would sell or keep? And it was largely sell. It's largely sell player to player. But isn't this the problem when you're talking about the manager going out and sort of, you know, suggesting that they need money to bring in players? They seem very vocal almost as a club about needing to get rid in equal measures. So that's not signing one or two players, isn't it? They're talking about switching up a whole team here.
It's like an overhaul, but the overhaul was just the last manager.
Exactly.
You know, it's like he's spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
No, I don't think most of them haven't worked. Let's be honest. Obviously, Tottenham was disappointing. Everton, Big Ange had obviously it was a bit spiky, wasn't he? Afterwards,
he's nibbling.
But they were 3 years nibbling. They were 3-0 down. Looking not good at the moment. It's a difficult one.
Right, they have had injuries, like okay, and that is a big factor. Okay, you want your best players, your best team on the pitch, but some of them, like Heung-min Son, like gone, isn't he?
Well, yeah.
Whoa,
he's just not the same player.
Is that what you're saying, Sid?
What are you saying?
We're just writing headlines between us over here, aren't we? What was that, Sid?
You said it.
What was it? What did you say?
Said it. You said it.
You said Heung-min gone.
Heung-min gone. Very well done.
But I see something the other day because it can't just be like they were saying Conte, Mourinho, Nunes.
Nuno's on absolute fire.
They can't all. These are all great managers. It can't just be the managers, is it? It's like that. It's everyone, isn't it?
That's the bigger picture, isn't it?
It is.
But there's a lot of clubs with injury problems as well. So there's only so many times you can come out with the injury thing. Yeah. And it's interesting at Tottenham, I think, with the fans. Like a couple of my friends that are Tottenham fans, who've always had a patience for him, I felt, or I think there's always been a desire for it to work. Obviously, I've suddenly noticed kind of getting a bit angry. It's starting this whole, you know, he needs to go sort of thing. And I don't know in those situations how much is a bandwagon for that sort of thing. Maybe he's got to come out like, do you remember when Mike Bassett's England manager comes out and he just starts reading the poem in the press conference? Maybe he just needs to come out and just do the lyrics to Angels, you know, but just really, you know, at press conference, they're all shouting and all of a sudden he goes, when I'm feeling weak and my brain walks down a one-way street, someone will go, I'm sorry? And he would just, shh, he's talking. I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love. He gets to the chorus, the whole room's singing, everyone's pumped.
That could be the turning point.
And Tottenham go unbeaten for the rest of the season.
Well, that could be the turning point. Yeah.
Big Angie, you prepared to take that on? I really like him. I like him.
I like him.
We've we've been down to Spurs, haven't we? And we spoke to him, but nice guy.
He's always been nothing but courteous to me, I have to say, and always enjoyed his company. But you got to win football matches. That's the only issue. A few people want to get out at the moment. Kyle Walker, Marcus Rashford, AC Milan on the radar. I mean, what a great move that'd be. I think I've got to be honest. I'd love to have played for AC Milan.
Yeah, if they come knocking,
good. Well,
he's been brilliant.
Those two players need to move on. It looks like.
Yeah.
Should we get into this week's games?
Let's do it.
Right, lads. The next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power.
We're setting up
the fixture. This is Manchester City versus Chelsea. City are still favourites despite their form, 10-11. Chelsea are 5-2. Not a terrible bet, that. No. I don't think. City to win and both teams to score is 2-1.
Like that.
If you fancy City, I don't know where you sit with this, guys.
All these fixtures are tough. It's really complicated. You start overthinking it, and as soon as we've got onto this part of the pod, we've both just literally sat up like we're at school. It's like getting really serious. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea were flying, wasn't they? They got into December.
Christmas period.
Yeah. What was they, 2 points off of Liverpool at one point?
Biggest challenges at one point. Yeah. It seems to have fallen away a bit.
Yeah, tailed right off. Tough one to go, this.
Really tough, yeah. Really tough. And it feels like City, I mean...
Are they back stronger?
But this is it.
Massive result
I think it sort of feels like Sunday. They are. Doesn't it?
Do?
I mean, yeah, I think so. It's sort of big flurries of goals.
Who for City?
Yeah.
You think they're back in the title race?
No.
They're 10 points behind.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the title race, but I think they've turned the corner of... There was a lot on Pep not that long ago, remember? The same sort of stuff that we were seeing with Ange. It was the same with Pep.
Yeah.
He has a go at some autograph hunters and everything's changed.
But there's no way City fans no one would be turning within the camp, I wouldn't have said.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
People were enjoying seeing perhaps some signs of it turning, the tide turning.
Definitely, I agree with that. So I think, you see, my head on this goes City win.
Right, but obviously I get everyone on Instagram to tell me their predictions, and a lot of them are going for the Desmond for this one.
Really?
Yeah. But how many draws have there been with City? I'm not sure.
Do you know what? I was looking at all these 3 fixtures that we're going to be doing.
You've done your homework.
And I think they could all be draws. But I've done the 3 draws before.
I think you should get some sort of podcast bonus for doing 3 Desmonds.
Yeah.
3 2-2s.
I just think there's no point messing about with the format at the moment.
Do you remember there was one week? Wasn't there one week we bought in
didn't we? It was a Newcastle game, wasn't it?
Was it
the last goal scorer or was it the first goal
Something
scorer?
Like
and he got subbed.
It was horrible. Didn't last long. Oh God!
No one wants to go first, do they?
I'll go first.
Go on in.
Okay. I think City will just win this. And I'm going to go 2-1 to Man City. Both teams to score.
2-1.
That was the one that I was looking at. Both teams to score, City to win. So 2-1, Man City. We haven't got a dinger yet because these guys are too lazy to get one. So ding, we're in.
What would you like to go? Well, I feel like you were gutted there that you took the 2-1.
Yeah, because I think in my head it's 2-1 or the Desmond. So I guess because I've talked about it, I'll go with that. So I'm going to go 2-2, and I'll ding that in.
I got to be honest with you. That is what I would have gone for. That's what I wanted. 2-2. I did want that.
Really? You can have it. You're in your own lane.
No. I'm going to go with Chelsea. I'm going to back Chelsea then. Yeah, 2-1 Chelsea.
God, these are what you're being frivolous.
I'm not being frivolous. I fancy Chelsea in this fixture.
Do you really?
Yes. I think they can do it. I think they're
they can
a
do
good
it. Yeah, you're
side.
right.
And I think, City, of course, favourites with Paddy Power, but 5-2, I think that's a decent bet. And I genuinely do fancy Chelsea. I would have had to draw, but I could just as likely fancy Chelsea as I do City.
This is an incredible stat. City have already dropped more points from winning positions than they have in any total for a season. That's
dropped 13 points from winning
it?
Positions in 2021 and 2022-23.
Well, let's hope they've turned the corner and they get a 2-1 win, please.
Yeah, well, I doubt it.
It's going to be squeaky bum time for that, actually, because those situations happen. I'm just willing you not to be right.
So if I am actually in the running of it and it is 2-1 during the game, you're still in there with a shout as well.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Oh. I'd love it to be 3-2 though. Oh, baby. All right, let's move on. Okay, we got Paddy's boost.
Yes.
The odds on the bet builder will be boosted by 20% and put on the special section of Paddy Power's website and app. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go for player to be carded, Enzo Fernandez.
Straight in there.
Straight in. Not messing about.
Go on.
Do you want to go or shall I?
No, you go.
Okay. Player to score or assist. I'll go Haaland. A couple behind Salah for the...
that's a good one, that one.
In the race for the season, we'll go Haaland.
I fancy this one as well. Player to commit one or more fouls. I'm going to go Casado.
Lovely. Okay, odds are correct at the time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. Moving on swiftly. Interesting game this and a tough one to call is Fulham versus Manchester United. I like Fulham this year.
It's another tough one, this, because Fulham
been very good.
Very good. This been one of the surprise packages of the Premier League season.
Contenders for European qualification, I would say. Marco Silva, I've always enjoyed him. I've always thought he was a good manager. At a different time at various places as well, but for me, he's always been very good.
Yeah. Lots of draws this season, Fulham. They've dropped a lot of points from winning positions, so probably game management isn't their forte as such. Seeing a game out, but they're entertaining and they are good at home. Their format,
good at home.
The format at the Cottage is good, and it all just depends what Manchester United side turn up. Because if you look at the one that's going to turn up against Anfield away, where I thought they was outstanding, then they got every chance or more of winning this football match. But if they're not, they're going to get turned over by a good Fulham team.
The last 5 matches, Man United, 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats.
Exactly.
So which one turns up?
They're 13th at the moment, 26 points from 22 matches. It's been disappointing, really, since Amrim's come in. It's kind of been worse. I think the manager said, if by his own admission, a new manager coming in and it being worse than the old manager, obviously results-wise. You can't really dress that up. That's how it's been.
Yeah. So are you saying for your predictions, Man United on form, Man United win? Is that what you're saying, Sids?
If Man United turn up how they turn up against Liverpool away, it'd be very hard for Fulham. I know their form at the Cottage is very good. What they've had 4 wins, 5 draws, and only 2 defeats at the Cottage. But I actually thought Man United were outstanding at I'm just judging on that one performance.
I agree.
But again, you don't know what one's going to turn up.
Yeah. I'm happy to go first.
Go for it. I think
2-0 Fulham.
Whoa!
Yeah.
2-0 Fulham.
See, I've got, from everything I've seen on Instagram, right, from all the DMs I've got, I should shout out a few names as well. I've got 1-0 Fulham written down, and I'm very tempted to go with that. But I should just say a quick thank you. I think people like hearing the name shouted out.
Yeah, sure
you're good.
Eric Ten Hag.
Sam Dougie, Corton Miller, Andrew Chant, great name. Sounds like one of our 11s that we do. Johnny Sexton, great name. Will Sheeran, Leroy Wright, Will Mullins.
Willie Mullins again.
Willie Mullins.
Who's been running before?
Sam Botterill, Shay, Rory Single, a couple more. Jason Legs.
Legs in that.
Jason Leg. And hello, George Porter.
Go on.
Joe Rimmel. Some good names there. Solid names there today.
Great names.
Good to see a few ladies in the club occasionally.
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it.
So you're going for a 1-0?
Bit of a sausage fest in the
it's always nice to just mix it up.
Yeah.
You've done 2-0.
2-0 to Fulham.
And
are you going 1-0? Are you going with that?
Sorry. Most predictions are coming through are actually saying Fulham get this. I think 2-0 is such a good shout. I'm going to go Fulham 1-0 though. That seems so unlikely to me personally, but
no, it's not.
Got to go by what the people are saying.
Well, listen, I've gone 2-0. This could be your opportunity here for you, but obviously I don't want to put scores in your head.
I had a result, a score result in my mind, and I'm going to go 1-1.
Really, 1-1. So no one going for a Manchester United win.
No.
Wow.
Well, then you're right. That is an opportunity, isn't it? And I kind of think we do have to think of it tactically, me and you, about chipping away at the big man here.
Yeah, but then, so what you're saying? You've dinged
I've
yours
not
in.
dinged it in yet.
Do you not think you should be looking at the dogfight rather than the cream of the crop?
I don't know what tactically, when you look at a league table, what you should do in these circumstances. Because yes, I could battle it out with Sids here, but I don't know.
I say when you're in a dogfight, you're not looking up.
I'm going 1-1 and I'm dinging mine in 1-1. So if you want to change, you can change. But I think 1-0 is good. It's fair.
I'm dinged. Are you happy?
Yeah, but he's just gone two. How many games end up 1-0 in the Premier League at the moment? There's not that many, is there?
I'd say you're more likely at 3-2.
Look at the bottom of that page. 16th of August 2024, Manchester United versus Fulham.
There's one game, mate.
There's a lot of little one goal performances in recent history.
What are you thinking in? Changing to United to win?
Fulham,
but I'd be going against everyone. But I just think we're sort of spread betting then, aren't we?
So you're going to go against the people?
Oh, no, it's such a...
Wow.
This is the problem. I get up at 4 for my job. And it gets to this stage and then my brain starts...
Look, I've never seen Chris start like this. He's in pieces.
It's terrifying.
He's going to go against these people.
I don't know. When you look at a league table from when you're at the bottom, right? What would Sean Dyche do? I'm looking at the league table. Should I be trying to compete with those at the top, or should I be scrambling around with?
It's a dogfight, mate. It's not listen, when you are fighting a dog, you're not looking up. Otherwise, your neck's going to get bit.
All right, I'm going. Wow, that was like prime Ian Holloway mixed with Mourinho,
with a bit of Cantona,
with a bit of Cantona, a dash of Cantona. Is that? Please can I have that quote out just on social? Like, is that the worst quote ever in football? Have we just heard
Don't look up, mate. Your neck would be exposed.
Fulham 1, Man United 0.
Ding?
I'm digging it in.
Ooh.
I don't like that.
None of us have
don't like that.
Okay, moving on. Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Palace are experiencing a resurgence in form at the moment.
Yeah.
Climbed to 15th position in the table. 24 points from 21 matches. What we saying? The Eagles have managed 5 wins, 9 draws, and 7 defeats so far this season. Home record mixed.
Yeah, they haven't been great, Palace. They started off really poor. The weekend's game last week against West Ham was a really bad first half. A really bad.
Did you do the
game? No, I was on Sky. Dawes done it, Michael Dawson, and he's, you know what Dawes is like, the nicest man in the world.
Yeah,
he was
upbeat.
like, this game is horrendous.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Palace aren't great, and at home they're a little bit hit and miss. Brentford, though, away from home, abysmal.
Yeah, it's 1 win, 2 draws and 7 defeats on their travels.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it can be so different, isn't it?
Yeah, but because at home they are really good.
Yeah.
Brentford. So this again is a hard one. 3 draws would have been on the cards
of all the weeks we've done.
Yeah,
this was the one to bash that button, wasn't it?
This is again a tough one to. I don't think this is going to be a spectacle.
No,
I don't see that. I mean, I've gone first before. If anyone wants to go first, I'll go last. But
I believe I went first last time. So
right. I've got a score. I'm going to go. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go Palace 1, Brentford 1.
Yeah, that's a good result. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm going to go with Brentford's away form at the moment being so poor. I'm going to just lean towards Palace here, 2-1.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for Brentford.
Lovely.
I'm going to go against the grain.
This is a big weekend.
It's a big call.
They'll look back on this weekend at the end of the season.
They will, you know. The millions of people around the world
who
tune in for this league table.
The weekend almost needs a name.
This is the weekend. Feels like this weekend is. What should we call it? The big weekend.
Well, I mean, it's probably.
Scott, I think that's the name now, isn't it?
Why not?
Well, it just does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
So I think we're going into this weekend. It's called the big weekend. So get in touch on the socials, get involved. See who do you think's going to do well on the big weekend?
Yeah, who's going to come out on top on the big weekend? Is it Crouchy there, or is it the two dogs underneath?
I'm
Steve
going to
said
go
Crystal.
Brentford to win by 1-0.
Are you dinged in?
I'm going to go. No, I'm going to go Brentford 2-1. Ding.
Wow.
Big weekend,
Lads,
everyone.
good luck on the big weekend.
Should we get adverts done for it?
Here we go, here we go. This is it. Are you not entertained? This is obviously Sid's notoriously not entertained very easily. All right, Crouchy from Bahrain, Bonfire and Corduroy. I'm not sure about that one.
No.
Corduroy.
Well, I don't quite get that.
Am
one.
I Corduroy?
Yeah, I believe so. We'll have to look into that because we don't remember our own nicknames anymore. Don't know who we are anymore. I live in Bahrain, apparently. I hope you and your families are all healthy and well, regardless of your families, Steve. Just finished listening to the latest pod where you're talking about celebrations and the unnatural ability for the 6'7" lad at Southampton doing backflips. On this subject, in my younger days, I was built how I can only describe as a prime Sunday League centre half. Attached is a video of me at 18 and weighing 23.5 stone, attempting a backflip into the pool.
Whoa.
Now, there's no chance I could land this on my feet, but I think it's a solid effort for a big lad. Though I think this explains why I've since had to have my ACL reconstructed twice.
Whoa.
Enjoy, Steve.
Wow. He's got like the camouflage.
Oh my God.
Steve, I got to just say that's nothing short of embarrassing. I'm sorry. You're on holiday. You might have had a couple of pina coladas there, but that's not for me. Nah.
You imagine seeing that live.
You would be entertained live, though. I think
You've been massively entertained.
and I've been very entertained. It's brightened up my day.
I couldn't do that. No way. Could you? Can you backflip into a pool?
If he landed on his head, he didn't land that on his feet.
No, listen, effort-wise, 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, take my hat off to you.
Yeah. And I appreciate
Well
you
done.
sending it in, because people are scared now.
Yeah. No, it's not for me. That's not for me. Sorry, Steve. It's not entertaining.
Sorry, real shame.
Sorry.
That's the wrong call, that.
No, not to worry. Hey, we'll move on.
I think in February that would have been fine.
Yeah, well, you think he's down?
Yeah, I
in
think
Jan.
it's a January thing.
Fair enough. Stanford Stewards, Bonfire, BBQC Plus, and the Robot Provocateur.
That's a good point. I was thinking of you the other day, just on the provocateur stuff. Valentine's Day coming up. I was thinking of you, obviously, because you got ahead of the game before Christmas with the whole lingerie thing.
The lingerie,
that was doing. Traditionally, you might get flowers, which I have no interest in receiving whatsoever. Personally,
Yeah.
I don't know about you two.
God, no.
They would
No.
do nothing for me.
Oh man, it'd just be a hindrance for me. I've got to find water for this thing now.
Yeah.
Where am I going to put it?
But I'm in a relationship where my partner loves flowers.
Yeah.
So I buy flowers and it makes her happy.
Well, all the girls love flowers.
Exactly right. Yeah.
But my thing is, what is the equivalent of flowers
To a man.
to men like us that aren't bothered about flowers? Because I'm sure there's lots of guys that love flowers.
It's the perfect scenario, I think.
Do you think?
Well, I just think.
I think there needs to be I think there needs to be a thing like flowers. Like I had this idea about maybe she got me a pizza, but in the shape of a heart or something, or.
Well, that makes sense. No, I get that.
Well,
I get that.
how are we talking about this? This is crazy. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
A bit like if she needs to say sorry for something, instead of what's the
No, because flowers is like, I don't know. How would you?
Yeah, I mean,
What would be equivalent of that be?
That's what I mean.
well, the wife, she when she cooks that near Valentine's, she might do whatever pie or something. And she might do the pastry and be like, "I love you." There might be a
she write your name on the pastry.
Yeah, there might be a love heart on it, something like that. Bit.
So a pie for you?
A pie?
No, not necessarily a pie.
It's got to be a pudding, surely.
It could
Surely
be a pudding. It could be a pudding.
If you received the pudding, that'd be the same as flowers for you.
I'll be over the moon with that.
Oh yeah, his is puddings. Yeah, that's a lovely shout.
I don't know what mine would be. I think maybe a packet of Scampi fries or something.
I weren't expecting that.
I'm just thinking, like something that I look at, and I actually quite enjoy the smell. I know it's a bit of a strange smell, but it's similar to flowers. And then I kind of, really enjoy the taste.
Have you seen the meat flowers?
No.
So this could be the thing to get. If you are trying to buy something for your partner who isn't into flowers, but might be into their food. So it's flowers, but it's meat. Do you see what I mean? So the roses are actually just like ham rolled up. And
we just pick it off and eat it.
Yeah, it's like antipasti, but rolled up into little flower shapes.
My dog would finish that off in fucking 5 seconds. I reckon in 5 seconds, if I just put that on the table, he just
See, I'd love that. Rather than sort of petals and that around the bed, just bits of ham and salami and that just dotted around the floor, and then I get led in. That's my dream.
Really, yeah.
My dream.
Long as revolve around food. You're very food conscious.
Food is my sort of love language, isn't it? But
yeah,
we've all got our own ones. I think we've discussed it before.
Yeah. All right,
anyway.
Interesting. In appreciation with the Stand for Stewards campaign, I've decided to have a go at putting together a Stewards 11. Please enjoy. Edwin Stadium Band Desart. Edwin Stadium Band Desart. Wow. Danny Situ.
Yeah.
Rob Holding. Virgil Face the Van Dyke. John Arnold Streaker. Stuart Downing. Claude Takalele.
Yeah.
Steve Shrigswell. Oh my God. Gibril Police. Vood Van High. Van High Vistelroy. Bakayo Sakayurity. Back stronger Dom.
That's brilliant.
P.S. As much as we'd like to see Crouchy from Bahrain do the forfeit, I think it's time for BBQ Boy to start making his own predictions. The fact that the Instagram faithful have him level on points is enough evidence to prove that you don't need to be an ex-pro and football pundit to guess some correct scores. Asking the public for half the season should be considered enough of a handicap. Now it's time to back himself.
No, we can't do that.
I'm sorry.
I think that's the next message, Pete.
Just saying like I said muff for no reason at the end of that. That was from Dom, sorry. His name is Muff. Interesting. Anything to say on that subject?
No, I'm going to stick with it because what I'm doing is it's like an aggregate of everyone that's given the results. So it is a massive benefit. It's not that it's like one or two people. It's the sort of power of a population thing. And if I just leave it to myself, I don't stand a chance. I really don't. At the moment, I'm just about keeping pace with Steve Sidwell. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Trust the process.
Okay, great 11 though, I have to say.
Very good.
Great 11. Just on the stewards thing as well, I don't know if you boys have been trying to enforce this at the football matches you've been at. I was at the Watford game a few days ago against Preston North End, and the stewards came out and all lined up, did a little video of them. I find if you are doing a video of the stewards, just one thing, be respectful, because obviously this whole thing is about cheering them on and bigging them up.
Stand for stewards.
Stand for stewards. Yeah. But I find the Baywatch theme on any video with them works really, really well.
Yeah, I love the way they lie down, like you say, like the cover of Nuts magazine. So good.
we were talking after the last podcast about making a calendar, maybe get a few stewards,
some beauties out there.
Let us know if you're a steward and you're up for doing that.
Appearing in our calendar. We literally just thought of 1 second ago.
But stand for the stewards, like we want them to be applauded. If we can get a round of applause from a stand, then we'll be delighted with that. Yeah.
And it will be awkward. Like if you stand up at the football and you start applauding the stewards, but 2 hands above the head,
like a sub's coming off almost.
Yeah,
like a sub's coming on.
It's going to be awkward, but go with it because this is how all things start.
We've got a message about Muff here. Mr. Crouch, Mr. Sidwell, Mr. Stark. Love the pod. Been listening since day one and find it the number one stop for all the breaking football, toilet and now Muff-related news. Couldn't help but feel that my phone was listening to you lot, as not long after hearing you discuss Muff diving on the Friday pod, the attached photo popped up on my Facebook feed. Not only is this person offering to wash your muff, but he also has a number plate with Muff on it. Anyway, keep up the good work. That's from Chris, 45 and a half, Villa fan living in sunny Bournemouth.
It is slightly concerning, that, isn't it? Like, I don't know, if you parked outside a house, you would get some grief, wouldn't you? Muff wash.
Yeah, I take it. Well, he said it's a car cleaning company.
Also, I don't know if it's like the kind of thing you start up a new business, you think of the name in the pub and it's really funny and you go with it. But then as you're having to answer the phone a lot of the time and you know, deal with
I imagine there'd be so many idiots as well ringing up. So
Yeah, well, we've talked about Muff quite a lot on the podcast. It's a place that I went. We are talking about going and playing some golf in Muff as well, aren't we, at some point?
I think so,
smashing balls
I mean,
in Muff.
I feel like we've got a massive to-do list and we need to we do need to get around to some of these.
We'll get around to that.
We safe to say we do keep an eye on Muff and keep us updated with anything else going on there that you feel the podcast should know.
We do have an amazing Hand of Pod video coming very soon. Not quite ready yet, still perfecting it, but so stay tuned for that. Regards to your families, boys, and good luck for the Friday
Best of luck for the weekend.
Big up all the stewards out there and regards to your families as well.
Cheers.